Welcome to another great show here on Exigent Sports, brought to you by Hopper Auto Sales. Greatly appreciate all you guys joining in. Got a great show for you tonight. Top 5 highlights brought to you by the one and only Marcus Underwood of Shelter Insurance. Excited about that. The word of the day by Movement Mortgage. Darren Osborne brings you the word of the day. And it's going to be a word you've never, ever, I can guarantee anybody watching has seen this word of the day. You want to stay forward for that. Stay tuned for that. Jaden Capshaw, Bolo Player of the Week. Jaden Capshaw from Loudon, and he is a ball player. When I say ball player, I mean a ball player. I got my committed player of the week, former student of mine, Dominic Stevens. He's coming on the show today. He's going to tell you a little bit about how college is going. Had him as a committed player of the week going into college, and now he's there. So we're going to recap and see how things are going with Dominic. And the interview I've been waiting for probably since I've been in high school. David Clary. David Clary joins me, and I'm going to put him through the ringer. He just don't know it. But we're excited to have David Clary on. Coach Aaron Green, the best basketball coach that I've seen around. He's joining us, and he also brought a player in for me today. Shamar Green, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. Are you glad you have an E at the end of your name so you don't match Coach Green?
Yeah. I want to be like him.
Shamar, thank you so much for joining the show, man. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honor, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you being here. I've watched your career. Mm-hmm. I've watched you grow. You're still growing.
Yeah.
So is your hair. How's school going?
School going good. You know, last semester of senior year, senior year in general, just always been like everybody talk it up, and it's like it's what they talk it up to be.
Yeah, it's here.
One.
It's here.
Last one.
Yeah, absolutely. And just yesterday, you was in 8th grade.
Yeah, it felt like that.
Yeah, it goes fast. It goes real fast. And that's why you always hear, make sure you start your planning when you get in 9th grade. Make sure you know what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this show is about. What do you want to do? Who is Shamar? And what does Shamar want to do?
So most people would say Shamar is a calm dude. He doesn't talk much. Super quiet. And then other people who know me would say I'm talkative. I can be funny at sometimes. It gets all like you get all kind of like different answers. One here, one there, just all kind of random.
They got to know you.
Yeah.
They got to know you to know you.
Exactly.
You're not. You're introvert.
Yeah.
Unlike me, I'm gonna talk to everybody, and but that's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
But those who know you, and get that love and the silliness out of you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you played basketball?
This is my 5th year playing organized basketball.
5th year.
Mm-hmm.
Only 5?
Yeah, because I started in 8th grade.
Yeah. You dunking?
Yeah.
I know. I seen it. I seen the highlight. How's that throwing it down, man?
I do it in practice. So like, when I got there and I did it, it's like it wasn't nothing. It was just like an energy booster for the rest of the team.
Yeah. So how tall are you?
I would say like 6'6", 6'7", somewhere in that range.
Absolutely. Do you love basketball?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any plans at all to play collegiate ball?
Yes, sir.
What do you do to prepare yourself to make it to the next level?
I pray because, I'm really big on religion. So I pray about it, talk to my family about it, and then my coach, he helps me get my film out there and talk to coaches for me. And then when they get to my phone, I do all I can to get where I need to be and help them feel like I'm the person for them.
Yeah, awesome. Now, what position do you play?
Play the 5 right now.
Yeah. And you're 6'6".
Yes, sir.
How do you handle the ball?
I can handle it pretty good. Sometimes I still need to work on it.
Yeah. What's your weakness?
Definitely shooting.
Yeah. From what range?
Out, it's like 3. I can knock down a little like mid-range if I need to.
Yeah. So obviously, going to the next level, that's what you want to prepare for. Obviously, you got Wemby Nyama that's 8.10 feet tall,
Yeah.
right? The shooting 3-pointers, right?
Yeah.
You got a guy like Anthony, right?
Mm-hmm.
6'10", right? Can handle the ball, can shoot the ball. So obviously at the next level, at 6'6", you're going to see a lot of guards shooting forwards at that, right? So prepare yourself to go to the next level. They're going to want you as a wing versus a big man, right? The big man game is not over. It's not what it used to be, but it's not over. But get your handles down.
Yes,
make sure you're putting up that rock as many times as you can. Shoot, 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 shoot. And another suggestion I give for you, don't just do it at practice with coach. The ones that make it is doing it outside of practice.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you talked about getting to the college coaches, right? One, shout out to your coach for getting your film out there. Our coaches don't do that, right? And he has connections to do so. Shout out to him for that. But I've heard from high school coaches, college coaches, like they don't want to know that Coach Green wants you to play. They don't want to know that your parents want you to know that you want to play ball. They want to hear it from you. You should be reaching out to them, letting them know who you are and why you want to be there. So make sure you continue to do that because you said you do. That's going to be the most important part for you to bridge the gap, right? How are your grades?
Grades are good.
Yeah? You love school?
I would have. I'm not a big school guy, but, you know, it comes with the basketball job, so got to get it done.
And speaking of job, playing the collegiate level, it's no longer a game anymore. It's a business. So going into the collegiate level, no matter where you go, it's a business. And no matter where you go, you won.
Yes, sir.
Right? It doesn't have to be D1, right? D2, whatever. NAIA, whatever they have out there. For you to make that step to college, that's what you want to do. And always know that you can land a job making a lot of money even if you're not a player. So if you have ambitions to be a pro, you can be a professional, coach, trainer, recruit, in the office somewhere. There's a lot of jobs under one building where you can take care of yourself. So if that is an ambition and dream you have for yourself, reach for the moon. Because even if you fall short, you'll still be amongst the stars. All right? I got a cool guy in here with me. I think he's your coach. I have him on the bench. Tell the people, who do we have on the bench?
He don't like sitting on the bench, but he got Coach Green right there.
Coach Aaron Green, VFL. Coach Green, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining the show, Coach. I told you this last year. If my son played ball, you are the coach I would want him to play for. What do you get out of coaching?
Oh man, I knew I wanted to coach really since high school. My dad was my coach. That was a good experience, tough experience, and just the impact all my coaches had on me. I had a really good middle school coach, and the impact that he had on me, obviously through my daddy and my college coaches. Just the impact you can have. You're around these kids every day, and that's probably the most important thing to me is the impact that you can have on them.
Absolutely, and it's major. Speaking of impact, I have an Exigent Sports sign right in front of me. I coach a group of 6-year-olds, Coach, and a mom brought that in to me and gave me a letter that was tear-jerking, and it does so much for you, right? So what has been the biggest moment for you as a coach?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I've had a lot of good moments as a coach. A lot of wins that stand out. I think probably a few. I think all the state tournament games, stand out. Even in 2014, we were state runner-up. Should have won it that year. Stands out. I think the 2017 team with T. Higgins, that group. Got beat by Memphis East there in the last seconds. I still say to this day, if E.J. Bush didn't get injured, we about beat him without E.J. That one stands out. We've played a lot of really good teams in the state tournament. A lot of the sectional wins we've had on the road and at home, had more on the road, stand out. Region championship, district championships. I think those and just all the relationships that I've been able to form over my time in coaching, I think is probably the most important part. Most coaches will tell you that, but those are some that just stand out.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Penny Hardaway was a coach at one of those state championships.
Yes.
And you played against him in the state championship. That's correct.
Coached against him.
Coached against. Sorry, coached
Yeah,
against him.
yeah.
You're so good at ball, Coach. You still got it? Can you shoot free throws?
Man, I tell you what, I hung it up several years ago, but I can still shoot though, I'm sure.
Absolutely, I'm sure you can as well, Coach. So I know you play ball, and we talked about this the last time I had you on the show. This is my anniversary, not the day, but I just started last year, so I'm going on my 1-year anniversary this year, and I'm enjoying it. And you was one of my first guests I had on the show. What I love to do here on the show is bridge the gap. What does it take, for a high school student, especially now, NIL, transfer portal? What does it take to bridge the gap from high school to college in today's world?
Yeah, and it's changed. It's changed drastically since last year. Probably when you asked me that same question. Just recently they passed the JUCO law, where you can go to JUCO now, junior college, and play 2 years and still have 4 years of eligibility at a 4-year school. So now you're gonna see a lot of 24, 5, 6-year-olds in college, which is a big change. I think the NIL. The transfer portal is evolving. I think I was listening to Sports Talk the other day, and I think a year or two ago they were paying quarterbacks at the high level like around $1 million. Now it's like $4 million.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. And I think it's coming where it's going to trickle down to the high school level to some degree, and it has already to a certain extent. But for me, it hasn't changed as far as getting from high school to college. Just take basketball, for example. I don't think it's changed from a standpoint. You've got to be really skilled. You've got to be really good. It's harder now than it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Even when I played, it's a lot harder just because, most Division I, I think the biggest difference, most Division I coaches just use that level. For example, they may not, it's like Duke and Kansas, they're recruiting probably the top 25, 50 kids in the country. But most of Division I schools are, their first recruiting is the transfer portal, and then, at the very bottom of that list now is the high school kids. Yeah. So it's a lot harder to get there than it was, like I said, 5, 10, 15 years ago. So I think those are some of the biggest differences.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, it's a business for you too, right? You're holding a job. A lot of people want to know, right? If you're selling yourself, you're selling your program, why would someone play for you? What's the difference between you? What separates you from other coaches?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I would answer that as I'm going to coach you hard. I'm going to love you. We're going to make you better. I think to get better, you got to be pushed. We're not afraid to push you, and you'll have a chance to be your best, playing in our program. And I think that's probably what I'd sell the most. We're gonna teach you how to play hard. We're gonna teach you how to defend, do a lot of things on the court. But we're gonna do things right. We're gonna be on time. We're gonna give our best effort. We're gonna play unselfish. We're gonna be coachable. All those things that we require. I think when it's all said and done, they graduate. They're better people from it. So. But if you come to Oak Ridge High School and want to be a basketball player for us, you'll be, in my opinion, you'll be a better man from it as well when you graduate.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, Coach. What do you want to tell your fans before we take our commercial break?
Man, I don't know if I got many fans, but if you hadn't come out to see this team play, come out. It's a really good group of kids. Girls got a good team as well, so you get two good teams of basketball, depending on which night you want to come. We've got a really good group of seniors. You just talked to one there in Shamar Green, and Ray Watson, Garrett Giles, and Cooper Williams are the 4 seniors. But great kids, and got a really good team. They're fun to watch. Got a lot of size. You'll see some dunks. We play fast. We play hard. They're fun to watch, and so that's probably what I would encourage people to do.
Well, Coach, again, I appreciate you joining the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, Coach Green, VFL, made the show Shamar Green with an E at the end because he don't want to be like Coach Green. Also made the show. Guys, this show is brought to you by Hopper Autos. New inventory in every week. If you want it, they got it. Best prices, lowest payments, low down payments. Only at Hopper Auto Sales, 1818 Middlebrook Pike in Knoxville, Tennessee. Guys, call them. 865-281-5706. Got to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
Bringing the healthcare, primary care out to our rural communities. I've had patients tell me that if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to have any kind of health care. So us being able to go into these areas and provide that on-site care to these patients that can also come back week to week if they need for follow-up primary care, it is life-changing. It means a world of difference between actually life and death for them.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There it is. There it is. David Clary joins Exigent Sports, guys. This show is brought to you by Hopper Auto Sales. Thank you so much, guys. If you're looking for a nice, clean car that is dependable, that you will absolutely love, make sure you go check out Hopper Auto Sales. You give them a call at 865-281-5706. They're located at 1818 Middlebrook Pike. Awesome people. Tell them Coach DJ sent you. They may give you 25 cents off.
You got to take care of your advertisers. That's for sure. I've learned that over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. How you doing, David?
I'm good.
This is an honor for me.
Oh,
right?
Thank you.
I've looked up to you. I only made it to college because I did video broadcasting, right? At Oak Ridge High School, I had college credit hours to go do television broadcasting there. What do you get out of it?
You know, people ask me that all the time, and you know, I had a coach tell me one time, tell somebody else that, you know, you get excited when you do ball games, and you may be too excited. And I thought to myself, you can't be too excited for something you love doing.
Absolutely.
And you know, I love Oak Ridge sports. I love high school sports, and you know, I guess what I get out of it is I know in a small town like this, kids get an opportunity to get their name called on the radio, on the TV, get interviewed, which, you know, that might be the only time in their entire lives. And it gives them an opportunity to show a little confidence, gain a little confidence. Because I think I'm a pretty good interviewer in terms of making people feel at ease.
Right.
And I think that's my goal, is to make them better as communicators. Not necessarily, I can't coach them, I can't do that, but I can make them feel more comfortable talking to adults and such, and that's what I get out of it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and I see that, right? Like I said, when I was a kid, I listened to you, right?
Yeah.
I'm an adult, I listen to you.
Yeah.
I have a couple business partners, Jacob Snyder, Evan Smith.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about you, right? And what you've done for the community. You are considered the voice of Oak Ridge sports. What does that title do for you?
Well, it's very humbling. You know, I've done it for all of your life. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. All of your life.
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen a lot of games. I've met a lot of people. It's like you when you talk to these people, the players, the coaches. I mean, it's the relationships that I have developed over the years and gotten the chance to know a lot of great coaches. I've worked with 7 or 8 football coaches, 6 or 7 basketball coaches, and it's the relationships. And you know, being the voice of the Wildcats is, to me, it's I guess a privilege, to be honest with you. Especially, you know, I was a baseball guy. Didn't play football. Didn't play basketball. I'm not very big, obviously, but I love sports. I love Oak Ridge sports, and I've been offered other opportunities to go other places to do it at a higher level. Mm-hmm. But why would I? I mean, this is my hometown, and I love it, and you know, I'm proud to be the voice of the Wildcats.
Absolutely, it is an honor, and it's a great title to have. You're better than most. Most is going to take that other offer, right? That shows who you are. That shows the pride that you have, and shows how much you care about the community.
I've been offered a lot of money to go elsewhere, but this is home for me,
right?
You know, and you know, why would I do that?
Absolutely.
So.
I love that. Well, you've heard me talk. I like to help bridge the gap between high school and college. Throw some names out there that you've seen bridge the gap from the high school level to the collegiate level in any sport.
Well, you have to go all the way back to the early days. I don't know if what year were you born?
1981, I think.
81. Well, I was broadcasting in 81, honestly, and starting with the very first teams, like, you know, guys like Doug Martin, who played college football and was a college coach for a long time. He was a scrawny little kid when he played for Jefferson, and won a state championship in 79, 1980, went on to play at the University of Kentucky, and was a college coach for 30 years. You know?
Wow.
And you've got, you know, he just retired this last year. You know, I think where I excel, I honestly think, is with the broadcasting side of things, is, I don't know how to explain this, but to give kids opportunities to do what I do.
Right.
And I don't know if you've noticed that, but I use a lot of high school kids.
Oh, yeah, I noticed.
Because somebody gave me the opportunity when I was 15 years old to start broadcasting. And I feel it's my duty not duty, it's what I want to do.
Absolutely.
Because you know how fun it is.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it becomes a job for me, it's time for me to stop.
Right.
And it's not a job.
Right.
But my goal is to get kids involved in broadcasting, whether it be sports broadcasting or whatever. And the question, I know it's not exactly what you wanted, but that's my goal.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect, and I see that. Right, I see it in person.
I had Dallas Frent last night on the air with me.
Yeah.
I have never seen a kid more excited. I let him do some play-by-play.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he was great, but he was so excited, and that made my day.
The experience.
It made my day.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I don't know if you've had him on the show.
Yes, I have, and he was one of the best interviews I've had on this show.
Oh, most
He's
definitely.
Such a great young man.
Personality,
everything.
plus.
Great smile, great personality, knows what he wants, knows where he's going. Definitely, probably number one interview I've had on this show.
Doesn't surprise me. That's why I chose him. He 4 years ago, you know, he wanted to do it, but he didn't get a chance to until this year. And I wish I had had him for 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might even be joining the military. Yeah, he'd be still joining the military.
Right.
But, you know, he would have a career because in anything he wants to do.
I told him that. The exact same thing. I told him that. The charisma he has.
Yeah.
And the way he carries himself and speaks very well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. Well, David, I actually have a kid, when I first started coaching football, head coaching, Oak Ridge Boys and Girls Club. His name's Dominic Stevens. He is the nephew of Stanton Stevens. He's going on to college now, and I had him last year as Committee Player of the Week, and I actually have him on the line. So would you help me with this interview with Dominic Stevens?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. His dad's Harvey Stevens.
Okay, I know Harvey.
Hey, Dom, you on the phone?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Dom?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, thank you so much. I have David Clary here with me, and he and I are going to navigate this interview with you. And I guess I'll start with the first question. How is college?
Man, college is fun. It's very self-motivated, so you have to be determined, but it's fun once you get the hang of it and once you get in a routine.
A lot of people say that college becomes a job. I mean, it isn't like the fun that you have, say, in high school or at middle school and such. Do you look at it as a job, or is it still fun for you?
A mix of both. In the classroom, you get to work, you get all your stuff handled, and you call it a day. But outside of that, it's fun. Like, I'm on the track team, so just being able to have guys to have fun with and practice with, that's the fun part. But when you're in the classroom, it's definitely like work.
Well, Dom, tell me, what would you suggest to a young student athlete and their parents what it takes to bridge the gap leaving high school, going to the collegiate level?
Just stay focused. You may not get the attention that you want, or you just have the determination to know that you want to go to the collegiate level and stay focused. Don't let anything deter you from your end goal.
What made you decide that you wanted to be a track person? Did you play other sports when you were growing up?
Yes, I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. My first choice was football, but with my past surgeries that I've had, it was kind of that track chose me. You know, I ran track to stay in shape for football because I was going to go play football in college, and then I decided, well, if I get a scholarship for track, then I'll take that because it's easier on the body. And lo and behold, the Lord blessed me with a scholarship for track, so I feel like track chose me.
Amen. That's great. So, Dom, you said you started when you was 4. 2 questions here. Who was your first coach, and who was your best coach of all time?
I think you already know this answer. The first coach that comes to mind is Coach DJ Pendergrass. And the best coach that comes to mind is Coach DJ Pendergrass. Coach DJ was always hard on me because he knew the potential that I had, and he always trusted me on and off the field. Coach DJ is he's like another dad to me. You know, he's been a mentor. I'm close with his family. He's close with mine. Coach DJ has always been that dude for me.
You know, DJ said that you were related to Stanton Stevens, our former coach here. Are you a better athlete than Coach Stevens was when he was at the same age?
He definitely was at 4.
I wouldn't say I'm a better athlete, but I'm more competitive, in my opinion.
I don't know. Stanton was a pretty competitive guy, to be honest with you. When he was a football player, he played baseball as well here at Oak Ridge, and as a coach, he was very competitive.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Dom, man, I really appreciate you joining the show, man. You touched my heart when I got the text message from you earlier, and I'm glad God sent you that message to message me. I always love, man. Do you want to tell the folks here in Oak Ridge and back home in Maryville anything before we get off here?
I really just want to say, after everything, God has definitely blessed me in many ways, but I think with college, the career that I want to make is to be a football coach so that I can be like Uncle Stan was to you and like how you were to me.
Right.
So I can help mentor other kids and just try and show them that like sports is a way to get out of trouble and to be able to stay out of trouble and also make a career out of it. So if anybody needs help assisting, coaching, or just wants to help show me the ropes, I'm always available. You can contact me in any form, and I'll be more than happy to help. And Coach DJ, that goes to you, too. If you're still helping coach at the Boys and Girls Club, I'd be more than happy to come help you during the summers and just learn as much as I can.
Absolutely. Well, top of the list, man. You're up there. Dom, I appreciate it. I love you, kid. Continue to do great, and I'll give you a shout after the show, okay?
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Love you, man. Thank you.
Love you, too. Thanks. Great interview. Great kid.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He's got his act together.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. You know, I've never met the kid. I watched the pictures there. I don't think I've even seen that. But just to listen to him talk, he sounds like a 35-year-old man who's already been through life and has some experiences. That he wants to mentor other people, that's just great.
Absolutely. And it touched my heart. Like I said, he sent me out a text, and he was like, hey, God put it on my heart to check on you and how you and the family are doing, and it kind of worked out. I had a spot to fill, and that was God telling him I need that spot to be filled. So just a great kid, great family, obviously. So super proud of Dominic and what he's done. So I told him he was named after me. My real name is Dominic, and but just a great kid. Guys, we have to take a quick commercial break. If Claire's going to hang around, I'll have him around. If he has to go, he has to go. But we'll be right back.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way. We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors. Join United Way.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
What do we help them with? We help them with diabetes, hypertension, any kind of medical need that they need that's necessary. And being in a community with the African American community lets them know that we're here.
If anyone knows the joy of rescuing animals, it's me. Just ask my rescues, who are all very important members of my family. Your life can also be forever changed by adopting a shelter pet. And it's not just about the happiness your pet gets from finding a loving home, but that which you'll get from bringing them into your life. The heroes at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years. You can learn more at americanhumane.org.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
That one off the mark. Loudon comes down with it's going to be a 3-on-1 break off the glass. Oh, wow. Cap shot.
That's big time. That's big time.
Off the
Cap
glass.
shot. I think they caught over the back on it.
Did they?
I think they did. Hey, Jada, how you doing, man? I got David Clary here with me, and we're going to navigate this interview with you. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you all?
Man, I'm even better after watching that highlight, man. He's just catching it off the backboard, smashing on people, getting whistles blown on you.
Yes, sir. Got the over back call, but it's all right.
It's all right. The people at home know it wasn't over the back. I mean, it was, but it wasn't a call over the back. So shout out to you, man. Jaden, I've watched you play basketball for many years. Your potential is continue to grow, and it's, you know, your stock is getting higher and higher and higher. You're a senior this year, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about what you do to help the kids, the freshmen coming in, the sophomores. How's your leadership to help those guys take over the hymn for you?
I just try to lead them the best I can, just be a good example for them. If they have any questions, help them out, and if they don't have questions, tell them what to do, make sure they understand everything they need to do, and then make sure they know it's easy to get in the gym. Just call me and we'll get in somewhere and get some shots up and get better.
Are you a vocal leader on the floor? Are you? Is it by typically just example, or are you a vocal leader?
Yes, sir. I'm a vocal leader. People need some positive leadership. They need some hard leadership sometimes, and I do a great job of doing both. So does a dude on my team named Noah Eller. He is a great positive leader for us. We've got some great leaders on our team that help the younger guys. We're a little bit of a younger team this year, but we're performing well so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and I kind of keep up with you guys and what you guys are doing, and obviously your stats and things like that. And Jaden, what I like to talk about is kids who want to go to college. Do you have any ambitions to play at the collegiate level?
Yes, sir, 100%.
What is it going to take to get to that level?
Just keeping my grades up, staying hard in the classroom, being a good guy on and off the floor, and then continuing to put in work day after day.
You know, DJ, not to interrupt here, very seldom do you hear kids say the grades first.
First thing he said.
First thing he said over his athletics.
Absolutely.
And that obviously, just like the gentleman we talked to before, he has his mindset and he knows what he wants to do.
Absolutely, and that's great. Jaden, they just showed a picture of you. Seemed like you had 3 goats in one picture. You was one of those goats, and it looks like that was your junior year where you scored your 1,000th point there. You're a senior now. Are you close to the 2,000 mark?
Yeah, I should be approaching it here shortly. I try not to look into that too much. Just go out there and play, but my teammates and my coaches do a good job of keeping up with it for me. So they put in my.
So you don't set individual goals. Your goal, I guess, is like most high school athletes, is to get to a state tournament, win a championship. It's the team first, I assume, with you.
Yes, sir. I just want everybody to be successful, and with team success comes overall success. And we've done a great job doing that this year. Our coach, Josh Graves, has done a great job at building that in us, and we've performed well this year under that.
Well, a lot of people want to go to college, but a lot of people have those ambitions. What steps do you take? Do you go to any camps? You play AAU basketball? You know, what is it for you to get the college coach's attention?
I went to a lot of camps this summer, played a lot of AAU to help develop my game, talked to a bunch of colleges just to kind of get a feel of where I wanted to go, where I wanted to end up, and I feel like it's been a good eye-opener for me and also helped me add stuff to my game that I needed to add.
You know, a lot of coaches will say gym rat is a term they use. Are you a guy that likes to get in the gym and does the things outside of the normal team activities? Are you a gym rat?
Yes, sir. Any chance I get in the gym. I go to Blairland Baptist Church. That's my church, so got a key to there, get in the gym. With the snow happening, I opened the gym up for everybody to get in. We had our guys come in, get shots up. So any chance I can get in the gym, I try to get in it.
That's awesome. Are you lifting weights as well?
Yes, sir. I feel like that's been holding me back a little bit, but these past 2 seasons, I feel like I've hit them hard, and it's paid off.
If you can go back to your 10-year-old self, would you have some advice to yourself, knowing what you know now? What would you tell your 10-year-old self?
Just be grateful for every moment I have. Don't look past the conditioning days, the extra work days. Just be grateful because time runs out. You got to be grateful for every opportunity to get better and improve.
Well, Jaden, you know everybody that's in sports has that one coach that's, you know, really help put a mold on them, you know, really set a great example on you, or really help, you know, change your mind to being a great person. Who was that coach for you?
It'd probably be my dad. He's always there for me, always gets me in the gym, keeps me going. Any encouragement I need, any humbling I need, he's there. He's that guy for me.
So, you said your dad, and that's a great thing. And I had a question for my son last night. Sorry, not a question. I was talking to my son last night. One of them, I have a bunch of kids. But we was talking about, I was telling him, hey, if I got to tell you, let's go to the gym, if I got to tell you, let's hit the field, if I got to tell you to go work out, that's me wanting it for you. Are you kind of pulling Dad, or is Dad pulling you?
I feel like I'm spooling him now. I got to drag him. But when he gets there, he gives me his all.
Does he still have a jumper?
He thinks he does. It's a little shaky here and there.
Man, that's awesome. Jaden, what you want to tell your fans out there in Loudon?
Come out, watch us play. We have a bunch of home games coming up, all home games until February 4th. Come out, watch us play. Girls playing well together, boys playing well together. It's nothing like Redskin Pride, so it's just a great atmosphere out of Loudon.
What would you tell a student athlete and their parents, what did it take to bridge the gap between playing high school ball and preparing for the collegiate level?
Your mentality. You got to look at everything as an opportunity, and you got to just have a positive mindset. You can't be negative about things that don't go your way. Things are going to happen, but you just got to look at it and turn it into good.
Well, Jaden, I really appreciate you. Tell your pops I said hello, and if he wants to play one-on-one anytime, let me know. And he can put a little money down, too, because I need some lunch money and gas money.
Oh, I'll let him know. I got you.
All right, man. Thank you for joining the show, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you all.
All right, Jaden Capshaw, Loudon standout, says he's closing in on 2,000 points.
Where do you find these guests? I mean, these last two young men are just really, they're with it. I mean, just to listen to both of them talk about, their futures and mentoring. Where do you find these people?
I've been coaching a long time, David, and I've been blessed to coach. I was assistant coach for him, for Jaden, and I've just kind of followed him through. Dom, I was his head coach. I've been coaching a long time, and I wasn't born in Oak Ridge. I'm a Wildcat till I die, but I wasn't born in Oak Ridge. And so people may say I don't understand Oak Ridge mentality. I just love kids. I've coached many different places, and I do it because I love kids, period. And to see this, I got this from one of my parents, a 6-year-old team I coach in Norwood right now. One of the parents brought that in and gave me a heartfelt letter. To have Dom call the show or text me, I'm blessed that I've been able to go different places and be loved and appreciated for what I put into it, right? And they find me. Like Dom said, track find him, they find me.
They're going to remember the relationship with you more than any of your X's and O's that you did anything, and that's the most important thing. I think.
That's my goal, right? And I may not be the best with the X's and O's, but I'm a great motivator. I can make a kid understand. I can train 6-year-olds what Coach Green is doing, but instead of saying we're doing this drill, I say we're about to play this game, right? So I put it in their mentality, a 6-year-old mentality, and I can run the same drills, sort of, that a Coach Green would run, or a Coach Spratt would run, or Coach Ted would run, right? I just know how to talk to kids and come down to their level and put it in their terms, whether it's a 6-year-old kid or a kid in high school.
Well, I remember you more as a football guy. Where did the basketball part of it?
Great question. So growing up, I wanted to be like Mike, and he ruined my life because I could have been a good football player, right? But actually, Coach Carringer never picked me to be on a team. I didn't have the right attitude to wear the Wildcats. I understand that now, and then I didn't. However, I play AAU ball, and before I knew college coaches came to AAU games, I was just playing because I loved the game. My favorite player was Dominique Wilkins, but I want to be like Mike. I wore number 21 because of Dominique Wilkins. But in AAU, I played in high school, and I can remember coming home and hitting that answer machine button in my mama's room, and the first message that came up was a coach from Walter State saying, Mr. Pendergrass, we've seen you play in the D-Royal tournament in Powell. We'd like to have you come out to Walter State trial for the team. I went, tried out, made the team the first day. They told me to get my transcripts up there. They couldn't give me a scholarship, but I was good enough to be on the team, which even more broken-hearted me that I couldn't play for Oak Ridge High School. I graduated in 2000, so I would have been playing with Adrian Porter, James Booker, and guys, Halston Lane and those guys, just as good. But when I was a freshman, sophomore, I had a very bad attitude. I was a negative guy. I was hanging around the bad people. I was doing the wrong things. I didn't put myself in position to play with Coach Carringer. And he let me try out every year, but I never made the team.
I know this is your show, but I have another question about that. So looking back on that experience, do you think that Coach Carringer, by not choosing you, made you a better person because you realized you did have some faults at that point, and maybe, he shouldn't have chosen me, and maybe I should do better?
I know for a fact he shouldn't have chosen me. Then I didn't, because I knew I was good or better than anybody on that team. And the college coach proved it to me. But looking back as a coach, wanting kids to be great, wanting them to make the right decisions, understanding that that's a brand that I was going to be wearing, I didn't deserve to be on the team.
Well, I remember when you were in high school, and you were friendly. I can tell you that. I remember speaking to you several times. You were a little kid. You were a little smaller than you are now, actually. But
Yeah.
but I never really picked up on that bad attitude. Honestly.
That's because I looked up to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I never really remember a bad attitude with you. You were always friendly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. The Bolo Player of the Week was Jaden Capshaw. Our Bolo Player of the Week is brought to you by Priority One Athletics. Sean Green, if anybody needs any workout, make sure from the Little League all the way up to the WNBA and NBA, 865-963-7382. I'll follow them on Facebook. I'm pretty sure they're on every platform. You can also send an email, PriorityOneAthletics@gmail.com. They do training in Oliver Springs and Knoxville. The Bolo Player of the Week, Jaden Capshaw, is brought to you by Priority One Athletics. Guys, I have to take a quick commercial break. We got to pay a couple bills, but I got the man in the building. We'll be right back with Top 5 Highlights.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
Bringing the healthcare, primary care out to our rural communities. I've had patients tell me that if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to have any kind of health care. So us being able to go into these areas and provide that on-site care to these patients that can also come back week to week if they need for follow-up primary care, it is life-changing. It means a world of difference between actually life and death for them.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors. In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever. Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Feeling overwhelmed with your business finances? At P&L Business Services, we handle all your bookkeeping, payroll, and tax needs. From federal tax returns to QuickBooks training, we've got you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we provide customized packages to fit your business. Focus on what you love most, building your business. Let us take care of the rest. Call 865-294-4792. P&L Business Services, empowering you to grow your business.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris, work card, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Top 5 highlights is brought to you by Marcus Underwood at Shelter Insurance. Give him a phone call, 865-691-4111. And wow, David, did you see that game-winning shot?
I did, and I remember that gym. That's the old Alcoa gym that was there since the 20s, I believe.
Absolutely.
What a shot.
Yes. Ellen Lehman puts up the game winner. What a shot. Very excited. Then this highlight, Taylor Wade, Woodford County. This highlight came all the way from Kentucky. Taylor Wade is a freshman, and as you see, she's been working on her skills. She's posting up. She's playing good defense, and it looks like she's even got a jumper down. How about that? Driving to the basket, finish. Can we get an and one for that? No and one? And one for that? Looks like we got an and one for that. At number 3, we have one of my favorite athletes of all time, baseball, basketball, football. I always say, light them up, Waylon Burgess out of Cofield. Boom! Throwing it down. He is an amazing player. He's probably better at baseball than anything, but this kid is going to be one of those kids that's going to get a scholarship at everything. He's that good. He is a floor general. He's a great player on and off the field, and obviously he can throw it down. Well, he always been able to do that. He has one of the softest touch, sweet touch, and I don't care where he is, he can pull up and make it, or he can just do things like that. I always say, light them up, Way. Way is one of my favorite athletes of all time. Great family. Look at that. That is awesome. And number two, it looks like, ooh, Bryson Maddox and Clinton throws it down. It looks like he gets the pass and takes it all the way down on the break, and everybody's jumping in there because they know exactly what's coming. Look at that pass. Oh, look at that pass. Alley-oop from the three-point line. That alley-oop came from Braylon Hayden out there in Clinton. Shout out to those guys out there in Clinton. What a clip. Thank you to my cousin Cassandra for sending that in. At number 1, you know this guy.
T. Higgins, sure do. I have a picture of him standing next to me when he was about 3 years old watching Kiki play basketball. He was about yay high.
Kiki was one of my favorite basketball players at Oak Ridge High School before Jada came through. I used to make sure I made all of Kiki's games.
Well, Kiki was really good. She could take control of a ball game, from the beginning. And what I like most about Kiki, obviously she's T's sister, but what I liked about Kiki is she got her life together, went back to school,
yes,
and was older when she went to Middle Tennessee State. She was probably as old as any of the graduate assistants that were actually coaching her.
Absolutely.
When she went to Middle Tennessee and got her degree, I believe, and she, it wasn't just basketball. She just had a great career, I think, while she was there. She only stayed there the first maybe month or so when she went down there the first time.
Yeah.
But she persevered and went back.
She did. She did.
And Kiki was a vocal person. Did maybe make you put Marcus as an advertiser here?
No, but I did reach out to Marcus Underwood. Guys, ask for Marcus Underwood of Shelton Auto for home life and all the options, 691-4111, and find out what Marcus Underwood can help you with. He can help you with your auto. He can help you with your home and life needs. That's 865-691-4111. Marcus Underwood, Sr., we thank you for your sponsorship.
You know Mamie, though, right? You understand who I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, related.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're in the same.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, that's good. So Marcus has been good at sponsoring, and I definitely wanted to get him to be a part of this. He's always about for the kids, and obviously that's what I do it for. I do it for the kids, just like you. Do it for the kids to give them their shout out. And so again, Marcus, we greatly appreciate you. Now, at this point, we have a few minutes left, but I want to get to my favorite part of the show, David. My favorite part of the show is called the Word of the Day.
Okay.
Join me in the drum roll. The Word of the Day. The word of the day is Deus Ex Machina? What does that say? Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex Machina is a character or thing that suddenly enters the story in a novel, play, movie, etc. and solves a problem that had previously seemed impossible to solve. Deus ex machina is a noun. Deus ex machina is a word of the day, and I'm going to use that in a sentence. The introduction of the new head coach for Clinton High School was the perfect Deus ex machina for the school, community, and their fans. Deus ex machina. Machina is the word of the day. And the word of the day is brought to you by Mortgage Movement. At Mortgage Movement, we exist to love and value people. We are impact leaders who give 40 to 50% of our profits to making an impact on our communities. For us, purpose and people have always come before profit. And while we're the first impact lender, we hope we're not the only one. Thank you so much, Darren Osborne at Movement Mortgage, for giving us the word of the day. And the word of the day, can you say that?
I don't think so. I was just thinking, I appreciate you trying to enlighten me with a new word, but I can tell you tomorrow night when Oak Ridge plays Powell, I will not use that word in the broadcast. I have enough time speaking as it is, and that word is almost like totally impossible. So I will not use that tomorrow in the Powell ball game.
Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina. And it's, somebody comes in and solves the mystery. Today, I was wanting to know who was going to be my special guest. You was my Deus ex machina of the show tonight.
Well, thank you.
You helped me solve the mystery. You solved the problem that I was going to have, a guest that may not have been here, and you was able to fill that gap. So you was my Deus ex machina tonight. Thank you.
I thought you were going to ask me some tough questions. You didn't ask me any tough questions at all. You said he was going to put me through the ringer.
Well, I tell you what, I have a tough question for you now.
Okay.
I believe broadcast football games brings you more exposure to your program. I've heard broadcast is taking away fans out of the stands. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion on that?
I don't believe that. I think as I look at the community of Oak Ridge, how the age and the way traditionally our fan base was based on the Manhattan Project, when there was nothing else to do, mm-hmm. everybody in the community came to the Oak Ridge football games, and it was a community event. We've gotten away from that somehow, and I believe probably, and Brad, who runs the station down here, will tell you the same thing, that it's a promotion. It's giving kids exposure. Sure, on a cold night, you might want to say, you know what, I'm going to sit and watch it at TV. But I honestly believe any person that really wants to come to the ballgame is going to come. And,
I say it's culture, right? I've been to a lot of different ball games, obviously, mm-hmm. right? Traveling with Brad, OEB Law, just having different kids that I've coached in different places like Cofield, Oliver Springs, Harriman, Bearden. I posted earlier this year that I have it's like 28 high schools that I have kids that I've coached that
wow.
are currently playing right now.
That's incredible.
Right? So I go everywhere. But I tell you, the most exhilarating place that I've been to has an amazing culture. It's Anderson County High School. Mm-hmm. I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what the forecast said it's going to be. They're there. And they're traveling with them, and it's because they built a great culture. What is it going to take for Oak Ridge to regain that culture, that sense of pride, that sense of support?
One thing that I point out is we've got 1,400 students over at the high school, and if you take the football players, the cheerleaders, the band, and the dance cats and such, you might have 400 kids there. So there's 1,000 kids that are not coming to the ball games. I think it starts with them. It's their school. And I think it starts at the school. It isn't necessarily a sports thing. Mm-hmm. It's something at the school.
I said exactly the same thing you said, David, and we've never had this conversation. Right? And I also remember I talked about my partners, Jacob Snyder, Evan Smith, and they asked me because they came to a playoff game. Matter of fact, it was a Sevier County playoff game that we lost to go to the state championship, where my son got burned. And that didn't decide the game, but no. I think that's what got the ball rolling for him. But
quarterback was good too.
The quarterback was a sophomore, by the way.
Right.
They asked me, they was like, "Where's everybody at? And why there's no kids standing down the steps?" He's like, "Do you remember what that felt like?"
Yeah.
That was an experience of a lifetime to come down those 72 steps or however many it is.
72.
And have those kids smacking our pads.
I told Sean Summers, and I've told Alex Myers of the Boys Club, I said we need to get every Boys Club coach to bring their coaches, their teams, to the steps, put them on the line every single ball game, even if they have to get in for free, because they'll remember that. Those kids will remember it, and they'll play, and that starts a culture there.
So we're going to start a culture, guys. We're going to work on doing the fan zone, and we're going to get them back. Guys, David Clary, thanks for joining the show.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Coach DJ David Clary, guys here at Exigent Sports. We'll be back next Wednesday. You can catch him at 7 o'clock on Off the Glass. See you next week.